The following program is rated GE. It is suitable for general family viewing.
See, I love Beyond the Limit. You know why? Because it just gets me to spaces where I, get to encounter. I also get to just have moments with persons that have challenges in life. What you would look at challenges, but they have turned these challenges to be beautiful stories. And so my name is Linda Lela. Welcome to Beyond the Limit. And today we bring you teacher wa math. Unajua ule tunasemanga mwalimu wa math. We are somewhere in Thika, where of course there's a Thika Primary School for the visually impaired, and we speak to one of the teachers here who teaches mathematics, Teacher John, who has gone beyond the troubles and the issues that have got to do with visual impairment to become a teacher and of course leading life normally, just like you and me. Mwalimu wa math.
Thank you. Hi viewers, I'm John Muso Ezekiel, a teacher at Thika Primary School for the visually impaired. I teach not only mathematics, as she has said, I teach several subjects. I teach mathematics grade 8, mathematics grade 7. I also teach social studies and health grade 7, CRE grade 1. I also teach grade 6, science and technology.
Beautiful. Lakini umewahi kusikia hiyo story ya teacher wa math? Sahi niko wapi?
Oh, thank you.
All right, so yes, we are happy to speak to you this evening, and we're looking forward to have your story change the stories of many people out there. Yes. So, Mwalimu John, where did it all begin, you being visually impaired?
Thank you. Viewers, I lost my sight at the age of 12 years. I was not born blind. I used to see just like any other child. Unfortunately, and I had a retinal detachment, and then from that time I lost my sight.
Completely? Completely.
Completely.
Like you cannot see a thing?
Exactly. It just disappeared like the way the power disappears when there is a power breakdown.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was it like for you?
To me, I thought everything had gone to hell. I thought I had lost hope in life. And in fact, twice I tried to do away with my life. Ooh. Yes.
At that tender age?
At that tender age.
So you were in primary school or secondary school?
I was in primary school at the age of 12. I was in standard 4 by then.
Okay. So you were taken to hospital. What are you told? Like, what is the problem? What does the doctor say?
The doctor said my illness started some times back, and because I came from a very, very poor background, my parents had not discovered whether I had some problems. So by the time my sight disappeared, that is the time now they realized, oh, now we have got a blind person in our family. Wow. And it was very, very, very challenging because in our family, I had never had somebody being blind. Yes.
But Mwalimu, here we are. You say that this is a challenge that began earlier according to the doctors. Had you experienced any difficulties with vision, any difficulties with your eyes, maybe migraines, every other time, migraines and all that? I mean, did you ever have a sign that this would actually land you to such a space?
No. In fact,
it was all good.
I used to wonder when my elder sisters and brothers used to tell me, they meet with blind people at Machakos, carrying some wood, going to make some furniture. So I just could wonder, how could they work? How was it? To me, it was a miracle.
Wow. Yes. So here you are, and all of a sudden you cannot see.
Here I am, being blind, but self-independent.
How was it like? You woke up in the morning, or,
no,
like...
in fact, I was in class. It was in the afternoon at 2.
Okay.
I remember very well, we were writing some, by that time, social study. It was history notes. Right. So all of a sudden, I saw a blackout. And that was the end of it.
No pain, no nothing?
No pain, nothing.
Just a blackout. Yes. So how do you react? How do you tell people, I can't see, I can't see?
By the way, I faced a lot of challenges from school up to home. Yeah. Because I remember when my mom came that evening, she could send me to get something for her. I could not. Then she could tell me, I'm pretending, I don't want, I'm rude. Okay. Something of the sort. Then later, the head teacher came to our home. Then he told the whole story about me. Yeah.
And okay, so at what point do you go to hospital? Doctor?
Immediately I was taken to Machakos Hospital. Okay. Then they tried to bring back my sight, and it was not possible. I went up to Kenyatta, up to Kikuyu, then I was told all was done. I had to accept myself.
How long until you accepted and say, now, this is over
it took
and done?
some time for me to accept myself, because it was a kind of changing from one world to another.
Okay.
Yeah.
Medication?
There is not. They told me they could do nothing, not even operation, because my sight had gone. The veins which take brain to the retina, that is the area of refraction, it had been damaged. Yeah.
Well, that is a bell to what?
Yes.
It's what time? It's 2.
That's around 2 now.
That's
the
2 p.m. So the students are going back to class. All right. There's been a lot of music around, and so we appreciate that. You must have been a bright student.
Really, I was.
And then now this happens.
Now that happened. Then I came here. Now I was changing from vision to touch.
Yes.
Because I used to read by my eyes. Yeah. Now I was told you have to use your hands to read braille.
Wait a minute. You say you came here. Now you're saying that you transferred from the school that you were
I
in?
was transferred from where I was learning up to Thika Primary School for the blind by then.
So you schooled here?
Yeah, I schooled here.
Okay, yes. Now here you go. Now you have to learn braille.
Yes, I had to learn braille.
Okay.
Actually, that's now when I said it was very, very difficult for me to accept that I don't see. Right. It was very hard. But after getting a bit of counseling, there was a teacher called Mr. Mwamisi. He really counseled me, he talked to me, and he promised at least to be my closest mentor. And from him, and remember he was a sighted teacher, I decided to change my mind, and I learned braille. Yes.
And so you are learning braille, and it's a new culture shock. You used to cry a lot, I'm imagining.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Yes. All right, so interacting with the students, the others that have actually, are not able to say.
Yes.
I mean, how do you get yourself to adjust to this? And the times when you're going back home, maybe during the holidays, how was it like?
During those days, we used to be taken back to our homes by the school vehicles. Okay. So it was not a big challenge. Then after arriving at the center, then the guardian or the parent could collect you from there. But at home, it was a big challenge to my siblings whom we used to play together. Now we could not play together because of the vision. Yeah.
Well, okay, I am just trying to imagine that actually this can happen to someone, exactly. Not at the point of birth, but as you're growing up and all of a sudden you're losing this. So you continue with studies?
Yeah, I continue.
How different is it, the studies in the usual regular schools and the studies here?
Well, regular school, it is a bit easier because everything is on the blackboard, but here everything is touch and individual teaching. So from there now I started learning braille, and I accepted to learn braille by touch, to develop now the sense of vision to the sense of touch. Yes.
Would they say that it was a bit different because, well, if you were born without, like you're not seeing right from childhood, maybe it becomes easy. But what about you, who was accustomed to this other side?
Exactly. When you are born blind, it is easy to learn braille because you start from the scratch, from the grassroots. But then when you lose sight at a bit aged, then you find the world is a bit difficult. Yeah, because there is that denial. Always there is that denial.
Yes. Okay, so what are the notable challenges that you faced then, that you continue to face, and how different are you learning to handle them?
Very good. Adaptation to the environment. Yeah. It was a challenge because, like you, as now you're here, you are looking around, you are seeing everything. Yes. But a blind person has to be made to walk around, use the legs, use the sense, the remaining senses at least to identify certain areas and how you'll be moving around. That was the first challenge.
Okay. Yes. So how did you manage it, I'm imagining, and back at home? Well, one would say that maybe you were used, you were used to the environment back at home. You probably knew where the seats were and all, and maybe it was much, much easier for you, you think?
As I've said, it is a transfer of senses. Yeah. The transfer of vision to touch. Now from there, now you use what is called landmarks. Now from here, this corner, then you use steps. Okay. From here, you make how many steps to the toilet, but after some times, after a while, you are used to can move even without counting the steps. Yes.
And I'm glad that you mentioned something to do with counseling. We'd love to know the importance, the crucial aspect of counseling to you and basically also your family. But Mwalimu, allow us to take a quick short break, and then we come back and perhaps just get to know some more in relation to how you managed it and just how crucial counseling is. Do you still get counseling up to date, or once you get it, you know, in life and you're accustomed, you're good to go?
Well, after I had accepted accepted myself to be blind, now I stopped getting counseling because now there are no much challenges. I'm living just the normal life.
Okay, well, just the normal life. That's what Beyond the Limits is about. Just how do you turn your sad story into a beautiful story that you've been given lemon, or is it lime, and then you make lemonade out of it after the short break. All right, welcome back to Beyond the Limit, and today it's a special, you know, conversation with Mwalimu of Math, that is Mwalimu John, who says he actually does not teach math alone, but and we know you're saying math, it's really math or maths, eh? So basically math, sociology, and all these other subjects. So Mwalimu, thank you once again for allowing us to listen to your story this evening, and we come back to your space of schooling, you know, take a school for the blind, and then you have to move from this point to go and face life at another level and at another level. Take us through the transition.
Yeah, from there, now after learning Braille now, I joined the mainstreaming. That is grade 4. I repeated grade 4.
Okay.
I went up.
Yeah, in fact, I wanted to ask you that. Did you go back to the same class? Or
yes,
what?
exactly. I went back to the same class. Yeah. But because I had accepted myself, my sense of touch had developed. Now I worked very hard. I went up to standard 7 by then. Then I did my KCP. I passed. I went to Thika High School for the blind by then, which is Thika High School for the visually impaired, just across. And then from there I completed my A-level. Then I went to college. From that time I was to go to university, but there were some challenges. I went to college at Asumbi for TTC. Then from there I got employment. I've been teaching in several schools. I've taught at Kibos in Kisumu. I've taught at Siaya in Siaya. Then I've taught at Arwol Girls, that is also in Homa Bay. Then I transferred now from there to Thika. Yeah, and I've been here for those many years. Yeah.
How does it feel to be back home, I would want to say, and, you know, training these students? Looks like, you know, there's some level of understanding of their challenges, you know, perhaps in a special way.
Very good. Yeah, in fact, it's only one school which was regular, the others were special schools.
Oh, okay.
I feel very comfortable because I'm giving back to the society, and when the learners see us teach, or see me teach, and especially I teach mathematics, which is one of the challenges, learning areas in a learning area, you find that they feel if teacher John can do it, why not us? We have also to use the abacus. We normally use the abacus to do to compute mathematics. We types and terraframe. We also use cubarithms and the cubeboard. All those with the combination of that, I make my learners do very well. And to make you surprised, at the end of last year, I had several A's, several B's, and I never got an E in mathematics.
Beautiful.
And also social studies. I also taught social studies last year, and the children did so well. And I'm very, very proud of that.
Yes. It's good to hear such great reports, you know. Yes. And I'm imagining that in all this, there are a lot of challenges for you and for the students, and also you who has, you know, experienced life out there. Yes. I was having a conversation, you know, with people out there, and the fear or perhaps the concerns that are being raised is that we probably have not been so keen on looking into the needs of persons, you know, with disability, persons with visual impairment. I mean, what would you say is the greatest challenge that you have experienced, and what do you think as a society we need to do to make advancements to this so that life is better for people like you?
Actually, viewers, education for a blind person is quite expensive because the most of the challenges which is being faced by learners with visual impairment is writing equipment. We use the Braille, which goes currently, a Braille is 130,000. 130,000 for one child. If that one is not available, we use slate and stylus. They are also quite expensive. Slate and stylus instead of a pen. We use the brown braille paper for writing. We make our notes. We use the tractor paper for embossing our diagrams and making textbooks. Braillons for making diagrams. All that for the blind person. It's a challenge. The abacus for calculation is also a challenge because most of our materials, they are not found within our country. They are imported. Yes. So that you find they are very, very expensive. I plead with the government. If all this material can be tax-free, I think learning for persons with visual impairment could be at least possible for them.
Yes. All right, you said you went to college.
Yes.
Just how many colleges do we have around that, accommodate or are perhaps for these special groups?
Actually, people with the visual impairment, we don't have a special college for them.
Would it be necessary?
The normal college. After that, you go to KISE, Kenya Institute for Special Education, for further education. Now that is the only one which trains teachers to teach in not visual impairment schools, but all SNE schools.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so that's fairly good. I mean, for someone to get special education at the level of primary and secondary school would be good enough to allow them again now comfortably live in society.
Yes.
That would be good. Have you faced any element of stigma in life at any point?
Definitely, yes. All persons with a disability face a lot of stigma, especially the light skin, the albino. Okay. You know, when they're in the regular schools, let me begin from there. They are called to mizungus, they are called very funny names, and you see with that, it really drills their esteem. As with the names we are given, like the African culture names, kipofu in Kiswahili, you find you are belittled, you are not comfortable by that. Because apart from losing your vision, every other sense is intact. Yes. Yeah.
So then what would be your advice to the society? And how do you just train again your students to learn to appreciate this and just know that yes, there's going to be stigmatization out there, but life has to go on?
Exactly. The first thing one should do is accepting himself or herself. After acceptance, even if people say what, you don't care, because all of us are God's creation. We are created by God. So from there, now, there is the creation of awareness. I can do this. And if, what I've found, if people see you do things which they can do, you find that now there is very minimal challenges in life. Like me, I like playing. I go to field, I can play, we play futsal. I can play it, it's a ball with some bells inside. Wow. You run, you get somebody to guide you on the field.
You know, you've answered my producer.
I'm a very good sports guy. In fact, I'm the sports teacher in the school.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You know, my producer was asking me a couple of minutes ago, sasa wanacheza aje mpira, si wataumizana, watagongana?
No. We don't. We are very careful. Yes. Nice. We are also very good singers. Like last year, I went up to Nakuru State House. I was given, we were the best SNE in music in Kenya. So we were given a very big trophy by our honorable president. Yes.
There's one of the students here that I got a chance to speak to, and actually she sang for us.
Yes.
Her name is Bradina.
Bardina.
Bardina
Kendi.
Powerful,
yes.
Exactly, has a beautiful voice.
Exactly.
And so I agree to that.
Yeah.
So Mwalimu, what are some of the things that you feel you could have achieved different, if any? Maybe if you were seeing as normal as you were born, you know that this state of being visually impaired has denied you the chance. Are there specific things that you think you'd have done different?
Actually, to me, after I'd accepted myself, I've become very comfortable, and I feel vision could not have made me to reach where I've made. Because it has really, being blind, I've told you, I've gone to State House twice. Yes. I don't know whether I had my vision, I would have gone there. Because of music and because of co-curriculum activities.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mwalimu is married?
Yes. Oh yes, I'm married.
Wow.
I've got one wife with 3 daughters and 2 sons.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Or how many years into marriage?
Hey, Around 30.
Around 30.
Yeah.
Were you scared the first time that maybe you will not get a chance to marry, that maybe no woman would love you?
Yes. But you know, that is there with life.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of discouragement in the village or in the society where you want to get your spouse. Sometimes there is that discouragement. You are getting married to somebody who is visually impaired, somebody who is physically handicapped. You'll be supporting that person throughout and so forth. Yeah.
All right. So pretty much good of a beautiful story. So your life as a teacher,
Yes.
as a trainer,
Yes.
you know, and especially for these children that really require, you know, to get that boost of life, to be reminded constantly that they are not less of human beings.
Yes.
How has it been like? Would you do this in another life?
Well, yeah, because we are trained to serve to any society.
Yeah.
The society of vision and the society of blindness. Whenever I go to a regular school, I'll do equally the same with what I'm doing here. Because I'll be giving instructions and then they'll be following what I say. Yes.
All right. Wanakusumbua sana our students saa zingine.
Not really, not
It's a
really.
beautiful thing. You know, we used to be cheeky with our teachers sana. Yours is a nice ride.
Yeah. Yeah, but chickiness is there in a growing society.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. So what would be your parting shot to the people who are watching you today? You know, to the society that perhaps needs to embrace these persons with impairment and just treat them as they are normal, you know, because some of us would actually meet them and, you know, with this stereotyping, and sometimes we want to feel worship for them, yet we also need to build confidence in them to know that they're not less of human beings.
Yes. I think what the society should be doing, I would urge the society to accept these people with disability. They are just normal people. Give them the opportunity and you'll see them doing better than what you expected, what you would not have expected them to do. In the homes with the children, let them do some activities. Even go to them to the garden, they'll do it. Me, I've got a small shamba here and I farm myself. There are big bananas, there are several things. And I don't need somebody to come and assist me. Yes.
Beautiful. You stay around?
Yeah, I stay around.
Sasa hata mandizi itakuwaje?
Hata mandizi mkitaka mtabeba iko.
Tutabeba. If you were to go to status again today,
yes.
not because of the co-curricular activities of music and all that, and then you're told, you know, you're seated with the policy makers.
Yes.
Mwalimu, what is this one thing that you would wish for the government to do for persons with disability across and for the visually impaired beyond what you have mentioned about school?
Employment opportunities should be given to people with special needs. You find that there is that 5% for persons with disability. Right. But you find in some societies they are not given simply because of their nature. But let them be given that opportunity. The emphasis should be there so that persons with disability be given opportunity, and you'll find that they do better than even the ones whom they think they can do better.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much, Mwalimu wa Math, Mwalimu John, for speaking to us. Normally when we close the show, we extend our hands so that mtu ashake. So nimeleta mkono yangu, shake my hand. Thank you so much for speaking to us and as well for sharing your story. We can only hope it will inspire, and we can only hope that yours become a story that is bigger and better for very many people to learn from and as well be inspired.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Linda Alela. This is Beyond the Limit. Of course, always make sure that you keep it right here to have yourself a lovely Saturday and a lovely weekend ahead. It's a wrap.